I would say number one is be realistic. I want you to be realistic with your commitments, with your goals and your expectations. So many people come to me and they say, I want to make 10K in a month and have no idea what that looks like in their business. Most times, though, when we do the numbers, it's really not as bad as you think. But because you think it's so large and you're going for it, you don't even know how many courses, how many clients, how many orders, how many anything to actually make that number. It's just a number you pulled out from, I don't know, someone else's Instagram post, right? So you need to be realistic. It's not to say don't shoot for these numbers, but making them realistic, SMART goals, right? Making them realistic where you know, okay, this is going to take me this, and actually looking at that. How many times I have like a sales projection, like breakdown sheet, you can get it on my website. And so many times when we do this, people are like, oh, that's doable. Or other times they're like, oh, I can't take 20 clients. I'm still working my 9 to 5. And then we're like, whoa, we need to refigure these numbers. We either need to charge more or we need to decrease the number of clients or decrease our sales goal. We need to figure out how to make these numbers work because, I mean, it's a simple math problem at this point.
Right. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the MOMpreneur Success Podcast. I am so excited. Today, I have the wonderful Chryssy Robinson with us. Yes, she is a brand strategist and works with entrepreneurs to develop a strategy to reach their ideal target market and grow their online presence. She is the bomb diggity as a brand strategist, web designer, and in the areas of marketing. So what I love about it as well is she specializes in working with minority-owned businesses, especially the ones that lack the resources and the knowledge. Knowledge is king. When you know what and you know where to get it, that's it. So she is the bomb. Welcome, 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 Chryssy.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited for today. For sure, I'm excited.
Cool. All righty. So tell me a little bit about your segue into what you do, especially like what you specialize in. That's what I really gravitate towards and I love about what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I honestly had no idea what a brand strategist was when I first started. I always had a passion for business. Like I was one of those little kids who would sit in like a car wash and be like, oh my gosh, it'd be great if they had this. And only if this person could do this. I was one of those weird kids who was trying to like optimize and create better experiences overall for like the customers, right? In my mind, I thought it was customer experience. So I went into school for business management and computer information systems, which is the tech side where the web design comes. And so throughout my journey, I was just doing these boring websites, just doing what people told me to do. And I realized that through my own brand strategy work, people were actually not looking for websites. They were actually not looking for logos. They were looking to make money. They were looking to increase their reach, build more exposure, grow their online presence, grow their team, get new locations. It's all growth and expansion. And a website or a logo alone does not do that. So doing my own brand strategy work, I realized, wow, there's something really deep here, right? Because how I was talking to them was, okay, you say you need a logo? Okay, let's build you a logo. Not understanding the whys behind what they were actually looking for. If they were looking for a website because they were in their mind assuming they pull up this website and people are just run to the website and knock down the virtual door and just pay them lots of money. They had unrealistic expectations. So now how I approach my clients, now that I've done this work, is that education gap, right? So you come to me wanting this, but now we got to get you to understand that's not actually going to solve your problem. And we give them the brand strategy work. We might build like a customized strategic landing page, but we won't necessarily sell that dream. Or we might figure out, okay, how are we going to attract people to this website? Maybe it's a marketing strategy. Maybe it's some other type of like lead magnet, or it's just strategy work of pushing my clients to do things like workshops, podcasts, blog posts, getting themselves out there as much as possible, right? Because at the end of the day, business is a numbers game. So I really got into the brand strategy work, really doing my own. And I realized, wow, if people just listen to their customers, we would all learn a whole bunch of things and stop wasting our time. If you would just listen, that's what brand strategy, the essence of it is. And I tell my clients all the time, I don't care about you. I care about your customers, because if I care about them, they will make you very happy. And sometimes, believe it or not, it's almost like this battle between what the customer, like my client thinks and what their customer is actually thinking. So that's the fun part of my job. I love what I do. But that's kind of how I got here. It's just kind of doing my own work and getting stuck in my own business, which was not fun. So anyone who's there right now, I sympathize with you.
Yes. And that's why I love having you here, because that is what this is all about. Those entrepreneurs that are struggling, that are overwhelmed, that are frustrated, all of that. And what you do is such a key part to that. So awesome. So let's dive in. What are your 3 best success strategies that you can offer to that entrepreneur that is stuck or frustrated or overwhelmed? What will get them to profitable? What will get them to the next level, or at least to the summit? Tell me.
So believe it or not, I'm actually not going to say logo, website, or marketing. Okay, we're going to take it back to the very basics, because again, when I realized I was stuck and I was struggling, could not figure it out. Everyone was kind of telling me to do these different things. I had different business mentors and coaches at the time, and everybody was telling me to do all these different things. But there are 3 things that I really think that is just should be your only focus in this time outside of doing sales. So sales in your business, you need to be looking up sales generating activities, what things make you money. Pro tip, just real quick, put a money bag next to anything on your calendar or your to-do list that makes you money, and do those things. Do those things first. Those are highest priority when you are a new business. But overall, right, I would say number 1 is be realistic. I want you to be realistic with your commitments, with your goals and your expectations. So many people come to me and they say, I want to make 10K in a month, and have no idea what that looks like in their business. Most times though, when we do the numbers, it's really not as bad as you think, but because you think it's so large and you're going for it, you don't even know how many courses, how many clients, how many orders, how many anything to actually make that number. It's just a number you pulled out from, I don't know, someone else's Instagram post, right? So you need to be realistic. It's not to say don't shoot for these numbers, but making them realistic, SMART goals, right? Making them realistic where you know, okay, this is going to take me this, and actually looking at that. How many times I have like a sales projection, like breakdown sheet, you can get it on my website. And so many times when we do this, people are like, oh, that's doable. Or other times they're like, oh, I can't take 20 clients. I'm still working my 9 to 5. And then we're like, whoa, we need to refigure these numbers. We either need to charge more, or we need to decrease the number of clients or decrease our sales goal. We need to figure out how to make these numbers work, because I mean, it's a simple math problem at this point, you know? So number 2 is going to be practice grace and patience. Now, this one is very, very important to me, because just with the nature of the work I do, I have a women's group as well. And so with that, I have people come to me trying to quit every single week. I won't say every day, but at least one a week, where people are like, no, this is not for me. Maybe I don't have what it takes. It just all this in their head. And finally, when it bubbles to the surface, it's at a breaking point when they come to me, unfortunately. So, I mean, the outside of practicing grace and patience, of course, reach out to your support group, but practice grace and patience with yourself, with your clients. People are not ignoring you. They are busy, right? That email that you sent that they didn't respond to, stop getting your feelings about it. Send a follow-up. Oh my gosh, please just practice grace and patience with your support group, right? Make sure you utilize whoever they are. It could be friends, it could be family. And then even if it is friends and family, but they're not quite supporting you like they should or how you feel they should, again, grace and patience. If this is something they have never done, if you're a first generation entrepreneur, they're not going to know the right things to say to you. They're going to look, this happened to me in my own experience. People were treating me like I was unemployed instead of self-employed, right, which is very damaging, right, to your own like psyche. If you're treating me like I am unemployed versus I'm really self-employed, and at this time doing pretty well, it messes with your psyche, right? It tells you subliminally in this microaggression type of way that you cannot make it. And so again, it's not to be mad at those people because they don't know any better, right? If you told me you're gonna jump out of a plane, I would look at you like you're crazy, unless I've done it before, but I've never done it. So you crazy to me, you know? Right. So just practice patience, patience and grace there. And then my last one and my final one, and I say this all the time, get up and get dressed. This is such a requirement to everyone. I am not sure why, but when I say this, people get in their feelings like, she talking about me. How she know I got my bonnet on? How does she know I got my jogging pants on? How does she know my nails not done? Get up and get dressed. And here's why. I'm a strong believer in if you look good, you feel good. And the biggest, most impactful thing in your business is you. Right. And if you do not feel good, if you're going to start reading into your clients' messages, you're going to start seeing things that aren't really there. You're going to constantly be in this bad juju vibe type of feel. Just get up and get dressed. I get dressed every day, and every single time, like if I'm FaceTiming or talking to somebody when I'm getting dressed, they're like, where are you going? To work. But my bedroom's right here, y'all. It's right behind me. So like I get up and get dressed every single day. No more slumming through the week. No more wearing those pajama pants. Don't work in your bedroom. Stay out of your room. Create a nice little space, or it doesn't have to be an office. It could be a corner in your kitchen, but you need an environment that is custom built for you to thrive in. And that includes your body as the environment and your actual space. So those are my 3 strategies to help any new entrepreneur, especially mothers.
Awesome. I love that. Oh my gosh. Those are definitely by far ones that are different than we've had. And I love that about that. And that's why I did this, because everybody comes from a different perspective and given where you are. And I think that along with people coming from a different perspective, it's going to resonate with different people for different reasons. Right. So yes. Oh man. Oh, number 3, get up and get dressed. Ooh. A year after these
every
COVID
time I say
days.
It. Yeah, exactly. COVID really put some bad practices in us. Get your get
man. Every time I go outside, actually, I'm like, yo, but that's supposed to be inside your house, not outside. I know you've been in your living room all the time, but as an entrepreneur though, I can see, and I experience that. I feel like you get in a different space. Exactly. It's a head space. And so much of our business is about our head space, our mindset. You know, I always tell people that mind that got you to where you are is not the same mind that's going to get you to the next level. And so really embracing that and really understanding that. So get up and get dressed. I love all 3. Let me just go there, because the money bag, but that was the T. That right there. That's it. That's it. I love that.
Yes, that's why anytime someone that comes to me and they're like, I'm not making any money, new customers aren't coming in, I'm like, look at the last week. If I encourage my clients to do calendar blocking, so I tell them go and put a money bag like icon, or not icon, emoji. Look at me, icon. A money bag emoji next to everything on their calendar, and lo and behold, there's nothing there. So how can you expect? It's kind of insane if you think about it. What are you doing? How do people know about you? How do they know you exist?
Right. But you know what? And even to take that further, like I know one of the things that I deal with people when I first start working with them, a lot of them have the perception that, oh, well, I'm posting on IG. I'm posting on Facebook. And I'm like, but what about that is specifically bringing you to customers? Are you making offers? Are you telling them about what you do? Are you inviting them to have a call? What are you doing that is going to directly, other than you posting, your meal or posting what you're doing, or behind the scenes? You could be doing business stuff, but the question is, what are you doing specifically that will bring in the money bags,
Absolutely.
So yeah.
People love to hide behind the marketing. Anytime it's something behind scenes where they don't have to put themselves, which is again, a mindset thing, because you're scared of the vulnerability, but you have to push past that. You just have to push past it. There's no like sweet strategy or way to do it. I quote my grandmother all the time. We used to not want to eat our food, and she used to say, just eat it anyway. So you just got to do it anyway. Do it anyway. It doesn't matter if it sucks. Doesn't matter if you get sweaty. I get sweaty all the time. Yep. But guess what? It's your body protecting you. Those are nerves. They're meant to be there. Right. It's supposed to happen. So just do it anyway.
Yep. And then eventually it becomes common place. It's not even a stretch for you. You
Yep.
feel comfortable in that space. But again, that was that shift from where I am now, where I'm not comfortable with it. And I'm growing to a place and a space where I'm okay with this. I can do this. Well, cool. I love it. Now, the all important question. So take me through the steps of how somebody can work with you, what you offer, and how they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. So there's 2 ways to work with me. So you can join my group if you choose to. That's bossbish.com. I'll give you a link so that you can put that in the show notes.
It will.
And then if you want to work with me from a brand strategist, whether that's one-on-one consulting, getting a new website, logo, any of that kind of marketing stuff, you can definitely check out my website, coloraddict.com. That's spelled with K's. And there's a free call you can book with me. And it's a strategy call. It's initially your first strategy call, and it's free. So definitely sign up on my website to book that. And we'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Well, thank you. I appreciate it so much. I have had such a pleasure in just having conversations with you. We did an IG Live together a few weeks ago, and we've just interacted since then. And I just really love what you do. I love all of the things that I've seen about your brand and your business and about you as a person. So thank you again for being here with us. And I look forward to seeing even more great things from you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.